So, the most important thing you can do to have extraterrestrial contact, to initiate contact, is to awaken spiritually, is to become enlightened, become self realized, discover your true nature. Because everything is a reflection of you, everything is a reflection of your own consciousness, where you're at in your own evolution, in your own evolutionary path. You are an infinite, eternal, immortal soul, having a dream, having an illusion, having this life experience, and everything is a dream. Everything is a projection of your own consciousness, a projection of your own beliefs, a projection of your own perspectives, a projection of your own spiritual state of consciousness, what you believe to be true. So as you begin to grow spiritually, as you begin to expand in consciousness, as you begin to know yourself as an infinite, eternal, immortal, multidimensional entity, you will expand in consciousness to the point where you know you are connected to all of creation, and you'll begin to get reflections back within your own dream, within your own illusory reality, from consciousnesses that are of a similar level of conscious expansion to your own level of conscious expansion, hence the extraterrestrials. They are reflections of you. Everything you experience in your reality is a reflection of where your own consciousness is at. So if you're believing in a very mundane reality where just kind of normal things happen, that's what you're going to experience. But as you come to understand that you are an infinite, eternal, immortal, multidimensional consciousness, you will begin to get reflections of that. Your consciousness will begin to expand to infinity. You will begin to understand that there are infinite beings in creation and they're all interacting with you, and you will get reflections of that, and you will also get reflections from beings that also understand they are infinite, eternal, immortal, multidimensional entities. So this is your dream, this is your reality, this is your illusory creation. You are infinite, immortal, eternal consciousness, having the dream of being a human, having the dream of being a separate being in a separate reality. But it's all just you. Everything is happening within your consciousness. And as you come to this understanding, as you have the self-realization experiences, as you have the spiritual experiences where you come to see that you are this infinite, eternal, immortal, multidimensional self, you will begin to get reflections of that. You will begin to see in the mirror experiences that confirm this to you. So it's not that seeing is believing, it's that believing is seeing. Believing is seeing, because you're creating your own reality. Reality is a reflection of you. So once you come to understand that you are an infinite, eternal, multidimensional soul from a higher dimension of reality, you will actually begin to see reflections. You will begin to stop seeing like mundane reflections on boring people involved in boring jobs and boring lives. You'll begin to get reflections of other people who are also interested in multidimensionality, creating their own reality, spiritual awakening, self-realization. And as you really begin to expand in consciousness and you really begin to embody your multidimensionality, your own higher states of consciousness, your infinite, eternal, immortal self, you will begin to see reality completely differently. You'll become aware of all the beings that are all around us in higher dimensions of consciousness. They'll begin to interact with you because they're a reflection of your own state of consciousness, they're a reflection of your own state of being, a reflection of your own beliefs. So when you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that you are infinite, eternal, immortal, multidimensional consciousness, having an experience that you create in your own reality, you'll begin to see reflections of other entities that are infinite, eternal, immortal, self-realized beings, such as the extraterrestrials. Your reality will shift. There will be no point in you continuing to get reflections of boring people that moan and have boring realities. You'll begin to shift your consciousness. So it's about shifting your own state of consciousness, having the self-realization experience within, coming to the realization that you create your own reality, and then you'll begin to get reflections of that. Your consciousness will expand. You'll feel directly connected to the stars, the cosmos. You'll feel directly connected to everything around you. You'll have this vibratory state of being an infinite, eternal, immortal, multidimensional entity, and you'll begin to see reflections of that. Your reality will drastically change as you know you create your reality, as you know you're infinite, eternal, immortal, and multidimensional. Everything will shift around you. You'll begin to get reflections that reflect back to you this understanding that you are connected to all of creation, that there are infinite beings in creation, infinite forms of consciousness all looking at each other from different dimensions, different planes of existence, different dimensions of reality. It's inevitable as we become self-realized, as we become infinite awakened beings, as our reality just shifts completely. We begin to see reality as energy, as kind of a reflection of ourself, and you will begin to get reflections in your own reality that mirror this back to you. And this is really the secret to making extraterrestrial contact, because it's all your dream, it's all your own illusion, it's all happening within your consciousness. And we're always progressing, always exploring different realities. But why some people are exploring like boring realities of doing mundane stuff, as you begin to explore higher dimensional reality, as you begin to explore different dimensions of consciousness and come into the understanding that we are connected to all these beings in reality, you will get reflections of that. It's inevitable. Your dream experience will change. You will awaken in the dream, and you will begin to get reflections that you are awakening the dream, confirmation that you understand and believe that the ETs are real. So as your consciousness expands, as you become a multidimensional infinite being, and you will see that there's this whole other reality out there. You will begin to see into other dimensions, you will begin to experience other dimensions, and you will begin to experience the beings that exist in those dimensions as a reflection of your own expansion of consciousness. So this is the secret to making extraterrestrial contact.